Senator, just two questions left. Next question comes from Karen from Mobile, Iowa.
Mobile.
What do you think we need to do in the area of suicide prevention at all stages of life, including those soldiers returning from Iraq?
First of all, we are seeing a problem in the number of suicides in the military like we have never seen before, and in veterans. Some figures I think are pretty close, if I remember them right, about 6,200 veterans committed suicide in 2005. That's about 120 a week. Think about that. The active duty Army also reports that 2 years ago, 121 active duty soldiers committed suicide. That's the highest number since the Army started keeping records in 1980. Third figure. Last year, about 2,100 soldiers either injured themselves or attempted suicide. That's up from only 350 5 years ago. So we've got a terrible problem going on in this military. And I think a lot of it has to do with what we're asking our troops to do in Iraq. We're putting them in harm's way for an ill-defined purpose with no goal, no end in sight. And I think this has become very frustrating to a lot of our troops. We need better prevention, suicide prevention measures. I have legislation in to do that in the active military. Last year, we passed the Joshua Omvig suicide prevention bill that was initiated by Congressman Leonard Boswell from Iowa, himself a Vietnam veteran, a highly decorated Vietnam veteran, to get at the causes of veterans when they come home committing suicide. So we're going to have more outreach, more peer counseling, things like that. So President Bush did sign that into law just, I think, in December, if I'm not mistaken. So now we've got to look at active duty personnel and what we do about active duty personnel and get more mental health help there in our active duty services. I think there is an underlying problem in all of our country, in all of our society. And I think it begins with kids. So often we see kids that come from troubled homes, maybe they don't have a good life at home, broken homes, and they're just crying out for some kind of mental health help, but they don't get it. And it's like a sore that festers. When they're young and they're abused and they don't have a good home life, maybe their health care is not taken care of either, their physical health care, and their mental health deteriorates. And over a period of time, it gets worse and worse and worse and worse. So I think, looking at our national health in this country, we've got to start focusing more on, again, wellness and prevention. Wellness has to do not only with your physical wellness, but your mental wellness also. So we have to attack it in society as a whole, military, on active duty, and among our veterans.